Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Cap and welcome back to the channel. Glad you guys are here as always. Thank you so much for all the comments and likes on previous videos. I always appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. Now, what I wanted to talk about today was something that's kind of making its way back into the normal gaming news like it does about every year, and that is all the issues with pre-ordering. And this always becomes an issue and a current topic when games come out that had pre-ordering, which is most of them now, and then we find out that there's problems with the game. Now, I'm not going to go into specifics of any particular game here. This is just a general commentary about the problem with pre-ordering and why I think there's only one real reason to pre-order. Now, let's say to get to the very beginning of this so that people have it for part of the conversation, if you want to leave a comment below, to me, really the only reason to pre-order is convenience these days. And what I mean by that is, if I pre-order a game, the reason why is that way when the game goes live, I can play it. Because now with more and more titles getting to where you can download them digitally on new consoles or PC specifically and not having the physical media, if you wait until they push start on the servers to be able to log in and play to start your download, along with so many other people who are doing the same thing, you could sit there for hours. It could be the entire next day before you get a chance to play it. Versus if you decide to go ahead and pre-order and then they allow you to preload the game a day or two early, like is often cases, what happens there. They will let you preload the game so that as soon as they turn the servers on, you can press play. You might have one tiny little, file you have to download just to activate your content that you have on your sitting hard drive there, but you already have the game. It's sitting there and ready to go. To me, that is really the only reason why you would want to pre-order these days. A long time ago, the point of pre-ordering was just to make sure you got a copy. Because at one point in time, when you were a gamer, if you wanted a game that came out on the first day it was out there, you either had to get there really early and stand in line, or you pre-ordered to ensure you had a copy. Especially if you were in a smaller town, before, GameStops and all those places took over, you went down to the local Best Buy, or like when I was a kid, you went down to the local Toys R Us, and hoped they had enough copies of whatever game you wanted to buy. So you could pre-order to ensure that yours was good to go. But that's not a problem anymore. I mean, there hasn't been a time in a long time that I can recall going in on launch day and then not having a pallet stacked near to the ceiling with title after title of the games that just came out, and no problem for any game, any platform that you could possibly want it on. They already have it there. So that's not even really the convenience anymore. Other than just being able to play it as soon as they go live, there really is no incentive. And if you look at a lot of games that come out and they offer pre-order bonuses, oftentimes it's cosmetic stuff. They might say, okay, well, if you pre-order, you can get this gun, or you can get this camo, or you can get this skin for your character. And sometimes, like Call of Duty oftentimes will do, is they're going to throw out a map that'll give you access to it. Day one, access to a map that nobody else has, which can and cannot be a good idea. As far as the good idea goes, that's great, but the problem is anybody that didn't pre-order that didn't get it is not going to have it for a while, and so you're stuck with this truncated player pool of people, only people who pre-ordered being able to get it. Now, as far as a YouTuber goes, it's imperative for your channel, if it's based off a specific genre, to be able to get the game immediately so you can put out content first, because when a new title hits for an up-and-coming popular title, the first few videos that come out are the ones getting seen. Launch day, or the people that get Call of Duty early and can upload videos before launch day, those are the people who are getting tons and tons of views because people want to see the game, and they're like, oh, this game doesn't come out till this weekend or whatever, and I don't have it. I'll go watch my favorite YouTuber play it, through videos, or live stream it, or whatever. But that's their incentive for pre-ordering the game. They actually have a stake in getting videos out early, because some people make a living off doing YouTube, and to be able to get the videos up first, those are the people who are going to get the most views. But for you and I, we don't have that same incentive. I don't make a ton of money off YouTube or make a living off of it. This is just a hobby. And half the time, a lot of the DLC bonus stuff they give you for pre-ordering early, they give to everybody else eventually for free anyway. Like Nuketown just came out for Black Ops 3 for everybody. That was the pre-order map for anybody that got it. Now, for that, I personally don't mind at all. That doesn't bother me that now they're giving away something that was only for people that pre-ordered it, because now it just extends the player pool of people that can actually play that here. But a lot of times, the problem is when they start chunking up games and stuff. They take a finished product and they start chopping out major sections of maps, or they cut out entire missions, or they cut out entire pieces of it. and they try and send that off as DLC later on, or they'll lock it on the disc and make you want to pay for it later on. I mean, if they have an entire product that's finished, and then they say, oh, okay, well, if you pre-order a bonus, get this bonus mission for free. A lot of times that bonus mission was already done, and now you're paying for it twice. They literally, you know, cut it out of the game and then put a little lock gate on there and say, oh, if you pre-order it, you get this little code and you can unlock a mission that's already part of the game, and yay, that's your incentive to want to go buy it, right? I mean, that's where it's actually come to, and it's become very disappointing where the gaming community's actually gone. Now, if you happen to buy a title from Nintendo, and props to Nintendo, because they don't release anything that's not absolutely gold and ready to go. You're not gonna, if you pre-order something from Nintendo, what you're gonna get is a finished product that actually works, and there isn't any of this chopped off storyline thing that they're trying to sell you down the road here. And much kudos to them. But if you look at a lot of games that came out in the last year or 2 or 3 years or whatever that had these huge hypes at E3 and the GDC and all this other conferences that come out and talk about these major games, what they're doing, they show this beautiful high rendered gameplay of what it's going to be, and then a year or 2 later it comes out like, here's the actual game. A lot of the stuff you saw is going to be a pre-order bonus that you can't actually access, and anything else is going to be chopped up into DLC that we'll go ahead and send along the way. Now, the only thing we can do as gamers to fight that is to stop pre-ordering. Like I said, other than just for the convenience of being able to say that you have it as soon as it's live, there really isn't an incentive for it. And until we as gamers and as a community stop doing that and stop putting money in developers and publishers' pockets long before we've even seen the titles there, that's the only way it's ever going to change. And right now there's so many people doing it, I don't know if we can change. It's just one of those, we'll kind of have to see how it goes. But anyway, that's kind of my rant over this. I know it's probably ran a little bit long, but I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you think in your comments below. And, you know, as always, thank you so much for your support. You guys have a good one, and I will catch you later.